Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. If you are new and joining us, please say hello. And if you're one of our regular followers, please say hello. I'd love to hear from all of you this evening, and I hope you've had a great Wednesday. And I'm looking forward to sharing lots of cards with you tonight. All right, so when you join, if you'll just leave a comment so that I know I have some friends out there. Slide this down a little bit. All right, we have about 1 minute before 7:30. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Thank you for being here this evening. Hi, Margot. Good to have you with us. It's been a minute, Margot. Glad you're here. It's been a minute since I've been here. I think I've been gone the last 2 Wednesday nights, so I'm finally back. So as you join us, say hello. We're going to talk a little bit about retreat and the optional classes. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of this month's virtual club bundle. And so just lots to share with you, and I have an Easter card for you too. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kisha. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right, so we'll wait another minute. And while I'm thinking about it, I'll go ahead and tell you I plan to be here next Wednesday evening. Okay, so you can put that on your calendar or set a phone alarm. Hope everybody's had a great Wednesday. I'm wondering, is anyone working on spring cards or Easter cards? Let me know. Let me know what you're currently working on. I've been working with the Easter basket bundle, and that's our virtual card club cards this month. All right. All right, I think we're ready to get started. Again, if you're new tonight, please say hello. Don't be shy. Happy to have you with us. I do apologize for not being here the last couple of Wednesday nights. We've had some sickness in the family, and I wasn't feeling too well last week, and after working all day in the stamp room, I was just exhausted. So I went to bed early last Wednesday night, but I'm much more rested now. So I'm delighted to be back with you. And while I'm thinking about it, I will be with you next Wednesday night as well. All right. Yes, Sue, thank you. Sue wants to know if the twins and Andrea are feeling better. The twins are back to normal. And Andrea's got a little bit of a head cold right now. She and her husband both have a head cold, but they're feeling much, much better. We've just had a lot of sickness. So I'm glad we're turning the corner. So, Margaret, I'm so glad you like the Easter basket bundle. That's great. Hi, Corinne. Thanks for sharing. Well, for those of you who are new tonight and don't know me, my name is Tammy Shia. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. We're happy to have you this evening. Hi, Tina. The boys are doing great. They're doing much, much better. And Tina, they love the snow. Of course, we had so much ice, they couldn't understand that when they went outside, they couldn't play in the snow because it was all ice. But yeah, they did enjoy the change in weather for sure. So, all right, gosh, where do we begin tonight? I have one spot available in my spring retreat, either in person or online, okay? And I say that because tote bags have already been ordered. They will arrive at my house on Friday. And so the tote bags have been ordered. I can't order any more of those. All of the pillow gifts have been ordered. We've been packaging pillow gifts and making card classes. And so I only have space for one more person. If you would like to attend or online, you can attend online as well. because I have one tote bag left with the goodies that are going to be inside. So you get $50 worth of product inside your tote bag. And the tote bag's been ordered. It's embroidered. So I can't wait to see it when it arrives. So getting very excited about that. Hi, Peggy. Hello, Carol. Oh, both my Carols are here. Oh, thanks, Carol. I'm happy to be back. And I'm happy that we are finally all well. So thanks so much for asking. I thought I would give everyone a sneak peek of our retreat cards, okay? These retreat cards are exclusive to those ladies who attend the retreat either in person or online. So I'm going to share those with you real quick. Tina, you're going to love the bag. I cannot wait to see it. So, but it does have embroidery on it this year. So sometimes we do embroidery, sometimes we do a screen print, and this one has embroidery. So, all right, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of our retreat cards. Let's see, let me find them here. They are in the clear envelopes. So they might be a little bit shiny, and maybe I'll take them out. We will see. I'm just moving my iPad, everyone, so I can switch over to my hands. So this is one of our retreat cards. This is card number 1. It's called Holding You in My Heart. By the way, this is from the Lovely and Beautiful Suite in the Mini, and I'll show you where you can find it, okay? But this is one of the make and take cards. Here is another make and take card. Here's another one. So Deborah, I know you're attending retreat. This is one of your cards. And then here is another card. And this uses some of the ephemera pack in gold. And then here's another one. Now this one's really different, okay? So here is, by the way, this is how it's going to open. But you can open this up and you can stamp words inside. So this is also one of the make and takes. All right. So those are our make and take retreat cards. Again, I have one space available. With retreat, you make 6 make and take cards. You have the opportunity to take additional classes. You get a tote bag filled with $50 worth of product. And so there's a lot of value in it, tons of handmade pillow gifts. So we're working on those and packaging those and all that kind of stuff. Let me show you where you can find this suite, okay? It's called Lovely and Beautiful, and it starts on page 23 of your mini. This suite has 2 bundles. I cannot turn the page. So you're going to see both bundles here, and then you're going to see the dies that coordinate with those stamp sets. By the way, we're going to be using these dies this evening on an Easter card, okay? So they should be like super popular dies right now. We've got the paper is just drop dead gorgeous. And we've got ribbon and embellishments and the gold ephemera pack. So you'll notice on one of our make and take cards, we're actually using the gold ephemera pack right there. And you'll get to use the ribbon and the gems. So this is an amazing suite. It's great for spring. It's great for weddings, showers, thinking of you. So again, page 26, 27, 28, and 29. So there is just a huge spread in the mini. Hi, Lisa. You're never too late, okay, Lisa? Never too late. All right, some of you are taking the Lovely Arrangements class during retreat, and I have those cards to show you. You'll be making 2 of this one. Now, for those of you who have signed up online, or even for those of you who signed up in person, if you didn't sign up for the Lovely Arrangements card class, it's not too late. You can still do that, okay? I've got plenty of these kits. So you'll make 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of this one, and 2 of this one. And these are the Memories and More's cards. So they come with 20 card bases. You're going to be making 10 large cards. It has coordinating envelopes. And then you're going to be also making little mini cards, which I love the minis. I love putting the minis in gift bags. So there's one of the minis right there. And then there's a mini, and you can see that it coordinates. Actually, it coordinates with this one right here. And then here's another mini. By the way, it's 2 of each mini. So you have 10 minis, 10 large cards, okay? And here's another one right here. 2 of these little minis. And then we have this card and this card. Tina says, I've already gone through a package of that DSP. This DSP right now, ladies, and it's called Lovely Blossoms, I think. It's in low inventory right now, but not to fear, because I have a package of paper for each of you when you sign up for this class. So when you sign up for the Memories and More class, you're going to get 10 large cards, 10 small, a full package of embellishments, and a full package of the designer paper. And you get envelopes as well. So this is the Lovely Arrangements class. Now, is there anyone who would like to see the sampler? You can also either add the sampler onto your card class, or you can take the sampler class by itself. So let me know if you would like to take this, if you would like to see the sampler, and I just might get it out, okay? All right, I'm actually gonna move the sampler over to my work area, because I know you want to see it, right? This is a 9x9 sampler, and I've designed the whole thing, but guess what, ladies? I have not put it together. It doesn't have any adhesive on it yet, because I can't seem to find 5 minutes to get it done. So anyway, I am going to give you a sneak peek of what the sampler is going to look like. All right. I'm like putting it together here so I can show you. All right. All right. Are you ready for that sneak peek? Hey, Donna. All right. I'm taking a sip of water. This is a 9x9 sampler. When you take the sampler class, if you take just the sampler class, you'll get a full package of paper and a full package of embellishments. If you're taking the card class and you're adding on the sampler, you'll still have plenty of paper and plenty of embellishments, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. And this is what our sampler looks like right here. So if you're taking the retreat in a box, or if you're taking the retreat in person, you can add this to your order. Now, after retreat, if there are any card kits left, if there are any samplers left, I will let you know. And you can certainly purchase those, okay? I'm so glad you like the sampler. Thank you. I would love it more if it was adhered to the designer paper. By the way, this piece right here has a quote, and it's all about flowers, okay? So there'll be a quote right here. It will not stay like this, okay? So I'm so glad you like it. And it's got Old Olive in it, Secret Sea, the DSP, Cloud Cover. So just lots of really pretty things. The blue is Cloud Cover and Secret Sea. So those are the sampler colors. I cannot wait until I adhere it so that I can put it in a frame. All right. All right, what else do I need to show you? Oh, I wanted to talk to you about my virtual club. So the kits are made and they are ready to ship out on Friday. And on top of that, I have a few extra kits, okay? So let me show you the cards and then I will show you the kit, okay? And I'll tell you what's inside your kit. So this is one of the cards here, sweet little Easter basket. This is our second card. This is the inside. It has a fun fold, accordion fold. There's another one of the club cards and another one of the club cards. Now, I gave you a really quick sneak peek because it's supposed to be a surprise. Thank you, Deborah. So let me show you the kit. It is, I'm going to switch over to my hands for this. This is the kit, ladies. This month, you are receiving a full package of the Easter basket designer paper, okay? I think it's called Easter Joy. So it'll be the Easter Joy designer paper, a full package, 8 cards with 8 envelopes, full package of embellishments, a full roll of the gingham balmy blue ribbon, everything you need to create these cards, okay? Again, first come, first serve. I have just a couple of extra kits. Your kit is $45 with all of this material and it ships and you don't have to pay shipping. So that $45 includes your shipping, okay? All right, so keep that in mind. This is the Easter basket bundle. I'd love to ship one to your door. I plan to ship on Friday. What is the date of this Friday? It is February 20th. Friday, February 20th, kits ship. So join me, okay? Join me this month. You get video tutorials. This month, I think I made like 9 video tutorials for you to create your cards. You get a supply list. You get all the measurements. So, Margaret, I'm so happy that you like the cards. And Margaret was looking for her her sampler frame today, and they had it in blue. What color blue? Was it like a cloud cover or a Secret Sea? I didn't even know they came in blue. So, all right, any questions for me regarding retreat? Again, I've got 1 space available because I have 1 extra tote and 1 extra goodie bag of product that goes inside along with all the pillow gifts. And then I've got a couple of Easter basket card kits left and I can ship that on Friday. Okay. So let me know if y'all have any questions. We are about to get started. And I'm working in the mini catalog tonight, and we're actually going to be making an Easter card. And by the way, for those of you who subscribe to my virtual club, tonight's video will be on your resource page. So you don't have to hunt down tonight's video. You will have it all in one place, okay? Margaret, that is so cool. A dark blue, but not as dark as Secret Sea. All right, I have to check that out for sure. All righty. I'm working in the mini tonight, and I'm on page 34 and 35. And we are going to be making a card tonight using the Easter Joy Suite. So we've got some wonderful samples right here. And then you can see the Easter basket stamp set. along with the embellishments and some specialty patterned paper, the gingham blue ribbon, and the designer paper. And on page 36 and 37, you're going to find more card samples right here. And let's see, is it on 38 or do we go to a different suite? 38 goes to a different suite. So it ends on 37, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. I'll show you the card. And you know what? I'm actually gonna show you the stamp set and the dies right now, okay? And then I will show you the card, okay? All right, so as a demonstrator and instructor, I teach a lot of classes. And all of you know that our packaging has changed at Stampin' Up. The packaging has changed the way we store stamp sets as well as dies. So I wanted to share with you what is working for me as a teacher. So this right here is a pocket from Stampin' Storage. And the pocket, it's a landscape pocket, and it's a 9.5 by 7-inch storage pocket. Now it has 2 compartments, actually 3. You have the back compartment, which is where I have decided to store the stamp set. So that's where my stamp set is. And then the second pocket is where I put the magnet, which is also 9.5 by 7 inches. So that's the magnet card. Again, it's from Stampin' Storage. And I'm gonna put that magnet card right in the first part of the pocket. And then I have an accessory pocket, and that's where I'm going to put any extra die cuts, anything I've stamped but I haven't cut out, anything like that. And so while I'm using this bundle to teach classes and card clubs, I will store it in here because it's easily accessible to me, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the Easter set. You've got 4 greetings, 2 different bunnies, flower, a chick, a Easter egg, a smaller bunny, a carrot, and a tulip. Now there are dies to cut out all of these images, okay? And then, let's pull this out. You get an Easter basket, and then you also get a scalloped piece so you can decorate your basket if you want. And then you also get the Easter grass so you can put the grass in the basket. You get some extra flowers here, and you also get a bow, which is great to add to your basket. And this piece right here are little strips. And let me count these. I always forget how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 strips that you can cut out at one time. So you may be asking, what are the strips for? And if I show you this picture, the strips weave in and out of the Easter basket. So that's what the strips are for. I'm not keeping the card on for very long because it's an exclusive card for my virtual club this month. So not really sharing that, but wanted to give you an idea about what those strips are all about. So at the end of tonight's broadcast, I will link this product. I'm an affiliate member of Stampin' Storage. I really, I just believe in their product. It is quality product and it helps us crafters stay organized. And I have it throughout my stamp room. So anyway, I will link those two items for you. It's the 9.5 by 7 magnet card, and it's the 9.5 by 7 storage pocket plus. Okay, so it is those two items. Oh, Sue, I'm so glad you like the basket that we made and you love the weaving. That's awesome. I'm so glad. That is great. Well, all right, everyone. Here is tonight's card. I only have one card for you tonight. I have been working frantically on retreat, and that's taking up a lot of my time right now. So I don't really have a lot of time just to play and make cards. Not as much time as I would like. This is called a diamond pillar card. And this card design is from Sue Campfield, but I wanted to share it with you. This is not her card design, but the fold is designed by Sue Campfield. But the bunny and everything, I actually, Diane, who's one of my customers, she helped me come up with this idea. She had made this card and I absolutely loved it. She goes, Tammy, do it for Facebook Live. So anyway, thanks to Diane for the inspiration. And then thanks to Sue Campfield for the fold. So here we go. Here is the back of it right here. Have any of you ever made one of these folds? I had never heard of it until today. So that's the back. Yes, you can fold it and mail it. All right, I know a lot of you want cards that you can mail. Okay. So are y'all ready? I am going to pull in the directions and I'm going to give you a few minutes and I'll stop talking where you can get a screenshot of this if you would like. It will be on my blog. It will be on my blog later this week, Friday or Saturday. Okay. Sue Campfield does make awesome fun folds. I don't know where she gets the ideas. It's absolutely amazing. All right, everyone, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna zoom out a bit so that we can use our trimmer. And we're actually going to start with a pretty in pink card base. Okay, are y'all ready? All right. So what we're gonna do is, my pretty in pink is already cut at 4 1/4. So I am going to turn the cardstock and cut it at 5 1/2. And then this also leaves me 5 1/2. So you need 2 panels that are 4 1/4. Remember, 2 panels, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. So that's the first thing you're going to need. And then we're gonna score this cardstock. So we're gonna score it along the 5 1/2 inch side. And we're gonna score it at 3/4. So that's where I'm gonna start. My scoring blade is at the top of my paper trimmer. Then I'm gonna slide over to 2 3/4. And I'm gonna score again. And then I'm gonna cruise on over to 4 3/4 and score again. So that's one of the panels right there. I'm gonna also We're gonna be folding this, but you know what? We'll wait on that. Let's score this next piece. It's gonna have the very same score lines. So 3 1/4 by 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. All right. So that part is done. And then what we'll do is we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to burnish these score lines, okay? And both of these are going to be turning upwards. And then we're going to fold like this. Okay? So that's what we have. It looks like a W. All right? Okay. Now, I know y'all are watching intently, but if you are watching, if you'll just leave a quick comment. I haven't seen comments in a while, and I just want to be sure. It says that I'm still online, so hopefully it'll stay that way. And then we're going to fold this. All right. And there we go. We have both sides done. Okay? All right. So the next thing we're going to do is, and you'll notice, remember both of these, I have the same way, okay? And what I'm going to do is I am going to turn one over, all right? I'm going to be using my Tombow liquid glue, and we are going to be gluing the sides together, okay? You could certainly use Stampin' Seal if you want. Thank you, Gail. I needed that little reminder that there are people out there. It got real quiet. So what I'm doing is I'm just gluing my ends, okay? And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do the same. And when you want those two edges to meet, and we'll give that a few seconds to dry. Oh, great, Corinne. She's got some amazing cards. Absolutely. Now we've created the diamond pillar card. That's how it's created, okay? Now we're going to add to it. And this is where it gets to be a little difficult with all the different cuts, but I think I have figured them out. We're going to start with some Summer Splash, and we're going to need 2 panels on the front of the card. Let's look at the card again. We are working on these panels right here, okay? And that means we're going to need some DSP. And this is the Easter Joy designer paper. It has a glossy side, and then it has a matte finish on the back. We're going to be gluing these two, and we'll do that with the Tombow liquid glue again. Let me just grab some water real quick. And just as a reminder, center panels, the Summer Splash cardstock, you need 4 of these because we're going to put 2 on the front and we're going to put 2 on the back, okay? And these are measuring 1 3/4 inches by 4 inches. And there's the measurement right there. Now the designer paper that we're going to glue on top, we just need 2 of these, okay, for the front of the card. So the Easter basket designer paper, 2 of those, 1 1/2 inches by 4 inches, okay? This basic white cardstock, that's for the back of the card. So we'll get to that one in a second. All right, let's go ahead and let's do some gluing here. All right, so you can do it either way. You can either put your adhesive on your cardstock or you can put it on the back of the DSP. Sometimes I feel like my fingers get less sticky if I put it on the cardstock. All right, and we're just gonna center this, okay? Whoops. The beauty of Tombow liquid glue, it moves. You've got room to wiggle. All right, let's do another one. And I'm just kind of putting it, I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch all the way around in space. And that's where I don't put the glue, okay? And then we're gonna add this again. We are centering. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. And now we're gonna add it to our panel. Hopefully you can see where this panel is going. Okay, it's gonna go right there, okay? I need to zoom out just a bit, I think. Okay, so, and since it's a little hard to see, I'm gonna put the liquid glue on the back of this. It's gonna be much easier for me. Having a hard time seeing. All right, and then we're just gonna center that between the 2 score lines. And you'll get to see that better in a second. See, that's where we want it, okay? All right, everybody with me so far? It's really not that hard once you have everything measured and cut. This panel is going to go on the opposite side. Again, it is centered. So now we have our 2 panels done. All right. All right, now let's go ahead and do our side panels, and then we'll, oh, I forgot something. I did forget something. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second, y'all. We might have to switch up now. Gosh darn it. I want to leave space right here, okay? So this is what not to do. And this is the only the second one that I have made. Oh man. Gosh darn it. Maybe I can lift this up. Nope. I have enough space in here, which is where I need it. And you'll see why in a second, okay? Let's take care of that real quick. The bunny on top needs to be attached in the middle. And so we have to create a mechanism, all right, to hold that. And that mechanism was supposed to go under that layer, but we can still do it, okay? We can still do it. All right. So we're taking a little commercial break and we're gonna put in our center support, and then we'll get back to making our card. This is just a piece of basic white. It's about 1.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna score at 3/4 of an inch, which puts this right in the middle. Okay, and I hope you can see that. That's the score line. Okay. Now we're going to take a 1-inch circle punch. We used to sell this, and this has retired. So you might have a 1-inch circle punch. You could probably use a 1 1/4 inch circle punch if you wanted. you're going to punch a circle, and that score line needs to be in the middle of that circle. And then you're going to punch another circle. Okay? And then you have this left. All right. So then the score line's in your circle, and you're gonna fold it. All right? And you're gonna do the same to this one. Okay? So what you're gonna do is, and this is where I goofed up, and I made this card literally, I don't know, 3 hours ago. Just 3 hours ago, and I've already forgotten. I've got some Tombow liquid glue there. I'm going to slide in my basic white half circle. Okay? So, I will tell you this. If you can put your circles on before your DSP, you will be doing great. So I've got the score line of that circle against the score line of the pretty in pink. All right. Now I'm going to put one on this side as well. So again, I guess there's more than one way to do something. And then we're gonna slide this in, and it is sliding in. I got really, really lucky. And again, that score line is right up against that pretty in pink. See that? So that is my center support for this piece right here, okay? That's what's holding this here. All right, everybody with me? I am sorry about that. Hey, Kathleen. All right. The Easter paper is super cute. You're right, Sue. It is very, very cute. All right, center support is there. And so I think what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and finish the front of the card. I have these measurements for you as well on your paper. These are going to go here, centered, okay? Just like that. Let's look at those measurements real quick. I'm going to call these the side panels, this side and this side. And the Summer Splash cardstock right here is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. You need 4 in Summer Splash, and that's because you're going to put one here, and 2 on the opposite side as well. Now your Easter basket DSP is 3/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. And you'll need 4 of those strips, okay? So let's go ahead. We'll get these on since we're on the front of the card. And we're going to center this. Just like that. We're going to do it again. I can't believe I forgot about those center panels. Gosh. But that's okay. We made it work. All right, the beauty of Tombow liquid glue, you can move that DSP around if you need to slide it around. While I'm doing this, let's go on and do the 2 strips for the back, okay? Just move these to the side. You could also take a little bit of Tombow glue and run it there, and this might be less messy, and your fingers will be less sticky. And one more. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the side panel. All right. And we're going to center it. And we've got wiggle room because we've been using the Tombow liquid glue. Thanks, Margaret. I need all the encouragement I can get. All right, we're gonna put this adhesive right along there. And we're gonna do the same. So my suggestion is when creating this card, cut all of your cardstock panels and your DSP strips. Cut them before assembling your card, okay? And it will go very quickly for you. All right, well, we're gonna do our center panel last, okay? This beautiful piece here, we're gonna do last. So I am gonna flip it over and we're gonna do the same thing here. So we get to decorate both sides of this card. So I really hope you guys will give this a try. My measurements for the DSP and the cardstock panels, they may be different than Sue Camp feels. I did change up a few things, so there's a possibility that could be. All right. So on the back, we're actually going to use basic white paper. Did I use, guess what I did, y'all? I used one of my panels, but I will cut one real quick, okay? That will be easy to do. All right, let's do that. And our basic white panel, I'll close up that glue. The basic white panel, it is a center panel and it should be 1.5 inches by 4 inches. Okay, I used my center panel to pop out those circles. Okay, so we're going to use our stamp set, which is the Easter basket stamp set. And some black memento ink. We're gonna do a little bit of coloring. I love, 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 love these flowers. They are just so, so cute. Okay. And then we're going to be using our blends. And I'm going to use the dark lemon lolly for the centers. I'm also going to color one of the flowers lemon lolly. And I like to do different ones so that the panels, the stamped flowers won't be exactly the same. This is pretty in pink. And we'll do pretty in pink here. And we're gonna do light balmy blue. The light looks pretty dark to me. And we'll do the one over here. And then the leaves, we're gonna fill in with light shy shamrock, which is also our cardstock layer. And then I'm going to take Shy Shamrock, and I'm actually going to use this month's Paper Pumpkin greeting. This is the February Paper Pumpkin, and this is one of the greetings, and it's called Hello Friend. So if you've got the new Paper Pumpkin, you're going to have this greeting. All right, so now we can glue these on. And we'll add this panel. And remember, you can always go back after the video, after you hit replay, you're gonna have your measurements in the very front of the video, all right? So you can do a screenshot if you want. I will have this over on my blog by the weekend. And I will let you know when that, looks like I need to cut that. All right. I don't know about cutting that, y'all, because I'm going to get glue all over my paper trimmer. Not too happy about that. Ooh. All right. I tell you what I can do. All right. Yeah, so I made my card 3 hours ago. And spent an hour and a half getting ready for class. And now I'm goofing up again. All right. We're going to add this right in here. You can actually see the score lines better when I do this. So we'll do that. We're going to add Hello Friend right along here. I can even bend this up, and this is helpful as well to put our panel on. All right, so we're going to have a very unique card. I'm actually kind of liking the long piece of basic white. I just was not willing at all to put this in my paper trimmer with all the glue on it. That was going to be a mess. So that's the back, which actually looks fine. And you have more space for writing a message. All right. So we're going to finish up now with our sweet little bunny. And I want to talk to you about these darling dies. This is part of the Lovely and Beautiful suite. And I think I'm using the second from the smallest and the third from the smallest. All right. We'll be using these during the retreat. And they're just awesome. Just so happy to have those. All right, so we're ready. Let's do this. Let's pop this up. Of course, we cannot have an evening of stamping without popping up something, right? So I'm gonna pop up the pink onto the white. And we'll center that. And then here is where we are going to add this piece, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put some liquid glue in here, and then I am going to add this. I'm just centering this, and do you see the top here and the bottom here? I am lining that up with the score line. All right, so hopefully you can see that a little bit better. It would be illegal, Sue, if we didn't pop something up, right? Okay, I've already taken the time to stamp our bunny. On the original card that I made, he has one ear going up. This is the second bunny in the Easter basket bundle. So we'll use the second bunny this time so we can see what they look like. They're both very, very cute. And I'm gonna pop him up as well. And I'm gonna use some minis. as well as some bigger dimensionals. And we'll peel these off. And we'll put this about right here. We're going to add a little gingham bow. And we are just going to do a knot. I said a bow, but it's really just a knot. And let's see if I can find my scissors. Let me grab a pair. These scissors are not very sharp. Need to get those sharpened up. We're going to add a glue dot to the back of this knot. And we're going to put it right on his little neck. All right. Thank you, Corinne. I'm glad you like it. One more bit of stamping to do. And I'm using just a piece of scrap basic white. And I'm going to use Happy Easter. And this is also part of the February 2026 paper pumpkin. And we'll stamp this. By the way, this is not straight in a line, okay? It's supposed to look like this, okay? It's not aligned for a reason. Let's see, scissors, I put them back. All right, and before we add that, he looks super cute with a little wink of Stella. All right, so he's gonna be a white bunny, but we're gonna let him shine. You know what else we can do? Let's give him some cheeks. There we go. I can zoom in a little for you now. Ooh, I really zoomed in. And then we're gonna finish with some wink of Stella. I forgot his nose. Is it too late for me to color his nose? No, it isn't. And then we've got paw prints and his little white cottontail. Doesn't he look cute, all shined up? We are going to add a little Happy Easter. And I think I'm going to pop it up. And what I probably need to do is put the actual dimensionals on this area. It'll be easier than putting it on the banner. If I put it on the banner, it may be off of the, there. Let's see if I can get that. There we go, and I'll get some embellishments. These are part of that suite too, and I love, you get blue dots, lemon lolly, and balmy blue dots. And then you get these darling little eggs. So let's see if we can put an egg on here. Turn that around. We'll put an egg here. And we can put another one there. And over here. And that is our Easter card, mistakes and all. So I give you permission to make mistakes as you make your Easter card. So here he is, just like this. Wouldn't this be great for your grandchild? Wouldn't this be great as a baby card? Whoops, there's a little piece of grass there. And then we'll flip it over, and that's where you can even write a little message. This is the first one that I created. And I want to thank Diane for being my inspiration tonight, because she came over to my house today with a darling card. We can also do a little wink of Stella here on these flowers. All right. So keep in mind, I have one opening for retreat, either in person or online, either way. And I do have several kits left for this month's club. Let's see, these are the club cards this month. And I've got a few kits left. So you can message me and I can send you an invoice for payment for that, okay? Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you like it. Oh, hey, Diane. I didn't know you were watching. Hey, Peggy. I'm starting to see some different cards coming in. Oh, I'm glad you guys like them. And in all honesty, I like both bunnies. I really do. I think they're both super, super sweet. So, all right, everyone. That's our Wednesday night together. I will be back with you next Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Looking forward to that. Not sure what we'll be doing. Maybe some Easter, maybe some bugs. That's right, Tina. There are no mistakes, just artistic interpretations. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for making my Wednesday night. And I just thank you for being here and spending a small amount of time with me. And I'll see you next Wednesday night. All right? Take care. Bye.